The gift she never asked for, but changed her life forever. It was the night before her 25th birthday when Alina, a quiet girl who worked at a small bookstore, found a mysterious gift box placed outside her apartment door. There was no name, no card, no clue. Just a golden ribbon tied carefully around the box, as if someone had spent a long time making sure it looked perfect for her. She looked left and right in the hallway. Silent. Empty. Little did she know, this single present was about to expose the truth about her past, her family, and a man she never remembered, yet who had never stopped loving her. A life of loneliness. Alina had grown up without celebrations. No birthdays. No surprises. No family. Her childhood was spent in an old orphanage on the outskirts of the city. The caretakers were cold but strict, and she had long taught herself not to expect anything good from life. People around her saw only a shy girl with gentle eyes. But no one knew the weight she carried. The world had always forgotten her. And she had accepted that. So when she saw the gift outside her door that night, her heart trembled. "Maybe it's a mistake," she whispered. "Who would send me anything?" But curiosity won. She slowly untied the ribbon. Inside was a small wooden music box, beautifully engraved with roses, and inside the lid was a line of handwriting: "I promised I'd find you again." D. Her breath froze. D. She didn't know anyone with that initial. The music box began to play a soft tune. One that sounded painfully familiar. The melody tugged at something deep inside her. Something she could not explain. The hidden truth begins. The next day at the bookstore, Alina couldn't focus. Her mind kept returning to the box, to the note, to the haunting tune. Her co-worker and closest friend, Sam, noticed. "You look lost," he said. "Everything okay?" Alina shook her head lightly. "I got a present. From someone I don't know." Sam raised an eyebrow. "That doesn't sound safe." "I know," she whispered. "But it felt like it was meant for me." Before Sam could answer, the shop door opened, and a man stepped in. Tall. Graceful. Wearing a dark gray coat. He scanned the room. And when his eyes met Alina's, he froze. She felt a sudden chill. Like the world had paused. Sam nudged her. "Do you know him?" She shook her head. But something inside whispered, "I've seen those eyes before." The man walked toward her slowly. "Alina," he said softly. She stepped back. "Who are you?" He took a breath. "My name is Daniel, but years ago, you used to call me Danny." Her heart skipped. A memory flickered. A warm hand holding hers. A boy with the same eyes. A promise whispered under an apple tree, "One day, Alina. I'll come back for you." She staggered, holding the counter for balance. Why do I remember that?" Daniel's eyes filled with emotion. "Because we grew up together in the orphanage. You were my family, before they separated us. The past they took from her." Alina felt her knees weaken. Daniel guided her to a chair. "They didn't tell you, did they?" he said quietly. "Tell me what," she whispered. "That you were adopted at age 6, and then abandoned again." Her breath shattered. "No, that can't be. I would remember." "They erased it," he said. "Your adoptive parents returned you after a year, and the orphanage tried to hide the scandal." Her hands trembled. Daniel continued, voice breaking, "You stopped speaking back then. You wouldn't play. You wouldn't smile. So they removed every trace of the adoption from your file. Tears streamed down her face. Daniel reached into his coat and pulled out something wrapped in cloth. You gave this to me the day they took you away. He unwrapped it. Another small wooden music box. The same design as the one she received last night. Her heart pounded violently. I kept mine, he said. And when I tracked you down last year, I had a copy made. That's the gift you received. Alina covered her mouth as the truth stabbed into her. You looked for me. For 19 years, he whispered. Every single birthday you had. I was somewhere in the world searching. The real reason he found her. They stepped outside into the quiet evening. Daniel hesitated, then said, I need to tell you something else. Something harder. Alina's stomach tightened. I didn't just find you, he said. I came because, the orphanage is shutting down. They found old records, documents proving everything you went through. Her eyes widened. And they want to apologize. Publicly. Alina froze. All those lost years, she whispered. All the pain, the loneliness. Daniel stepped closer. I'm here because I want to let you face this alone. She looked up at him. The boy she once trusted, standing before her as a man willing to protect her again. Her voice shook. Why do you care so much? Daniel looked like he'd been carrying the answer for years. Because, he said softly, you were the only person who ever made me feel like I belonged somewhere. And I promised I would give that feeling back to you someday. Her heart cracked open. The gift that changed her life. The next week, they went to the orphanage together. Alina braced herself. The halls were the same. Cold. Silent. But this time, she wasn't alone. She confronted the board. She told her story. She let her voice, shaky but brave, finally speak the truth she had buried for years. The apology came. The compensation came. Justice came. But what mattered most, was the peace she felt walking out of that building. Daniel held her hand tightly. I'm proud of you, he whispered. She looked at him. Really looked. You were the present, she said softly. Not the music box. You. Daniel smiled, broken, relieved, hopeful. If you'll let me, he said, I want to stay. Not just for the past, but for our future. A warm tear slid down her cheek. And what if I say yes? He exhaled like he'd been holding his breath for 19 years. Then, he whispered, I'll spend the rest of my life making sure you never feel alone again. Alina placed her hand over his heart. I think, she said, smiling through tears, this is the gift I never asked for, but the one I needed the most. They walked away together. Two broken souls finally becoming whole. And for the first time in her life, Alina felt like the world hadn't forgotten her. It had simply been waiting for her story to begin.